Not bad.
That's good.
Welcome back yet again to the Teahouse Podcast. This is officially episode 3. Three, we made it. People could say that we've actually made it now. And as you can, yeah, we actually haven't even posted our first episode. To us, it's actually next week. But we know that we have thousands of loyal followers, and that's all that matters. Millions.
They don't know it yet, but they're followers.
I know we're going to instantly blow up worldwide, and that's all that matters. As you can see, for the visuals, we've actually upgraded locations, and we've gone from my garage to my dining area.
3 meters down the road.
It's for the acoustics, bro.
Yeah. I really hope the audio is better because it was pretty shit. But hey, you live and you learn. Baby steps. But I don't know. It's we're at the first month of spring now, and I think I jinxed it. Last episode, I was actually saying how good the weather has been, and I think since I said that, it's rained every day.
It's always choppy though.
Yeah, it's a bit. Spring's like a bit of a. Actually, spring is one of my most loved and hated seasons.
Yeah. Because
I get hay fever.
Yeah. It's a bit bipolar, isn't it?
It's not good.
Yeah, I don't get hay fever.
Yeah, I wouldn't wish it upon my worst enemy. All right. But we do have some exciting news on the horizon. We have a 4th member, actually, that has joined our podcast. The man behind the scenes. His name's Henry, and he'll be actually editing all of our podcasts for us. The absolute legend.
Cheers to Henry.
Good bloke, but we hate his name.
Yeah. Group decision. Henry's got to have to change his name.
It's pretty shit. No joke. So, what have we got?
So Blake has actually come up with the executive choice for his new name, and he will now be called Mr. T.
Suiting though. It is suiting.
I don't think Blake could have actually chosen a better name, and it's very fitting, and I hope he likes it because he doesn't actually know about it until he watches this episode.
Until he edits this.
Yeah, he's going to edit it and be like, fuck these guys. We're probably not going to have a 4th person next episode.
Back to 3.
It's too late now. He has no choice.
Exactly. He's locked in. He's contracted.
Nothing signed, but...
Blood sign. No, we've actually got some interesting topics to talk about today. And the first one we wanted to talk about is Blake actually highlighted this to me because it's actually a funny kind of thing. We wanted to talk about the little bit of dilemma that Hungry Jacks and McDonald's are having with themselves.
Pure though.
Which is actually classic, I reckon. So what Hungry Jacks has done is they've literally come out with a new burger called the Big Jack. And for those that indulge in takeaway, McDonald's is known for having their Big Mac, one of their most signature burgers, without a doubt.
Oh yeah,
Big Mac would
hands
definitely
down.
be signature. It's definitely one of mine. And yeah, this Big Jack is literally a rip-off of that burger. It's pretty much the exact same.
Big Jack's better.
We're looking at a photo of it, and the only difference that Blake pointed out before was because there's literally, for the viewers, there's a side-by-side comparison, and you can slide the slider to
which
see.
will be appearing right here, by the way.
Yeah, which will be on the screen.
Mr. T, my bro.
Mr. T, can you pull that up for us right now, mate? And the only difference that Blake has pointed out is that the lettuce and the cheese are in different spots. That's the only difference between the burger.
They nailed it with that, didn't they?
They absolutely nailed it.
They thought hard about
It's
that.
just the old Macca song, but like sang backwards.
I'm sure that like them businesses have their own what would you call it, design teams? That come up with burger ideas.
Scientists and stuff like that for it.
Do you reckon they're just sitting there like, fuck, what can we do? And then one of them was just eating a Big Mac at the table. It was like...
They just wanted to stir Maccas for sure.
So the reason that they could get away with this is because the trademark for the Big Mac actually just ran out.
Oh, that's in EU, yeah.
It's in EU, but it must be in Australia as well because
or has it just been changed? Because isn't it like if you change it 20% or like 15% or something like that, you can also do it as well. And because now, because they've done it like that, and also there's probably like a K on it, big jack.
Exactly right. So there's little differences, and McDonald's has filed a lawsuit against Hungry Jack's, which is classic and straight funny because it's funny because I didn't know that this was happening until literally Blake told me the other day, and as soon as it came out, I was like, they literally ripped off the Big Mac. So like every single person knows that they've done it. I'm sure the judge doing the court case will be like, yeah, they definitely did that. But
the commercial is what gets me going. It's like some big company is trying to sue. So good.
It's good publicity though, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Hungry Jack's that's probably half the reason they've done this actually.
Yeah, 100%. Just to stir, create some headlines, 100%.
That's like a huge marketing tactic that businesses do. They controversies and all this stuff that'll just get them in the limelight. It has huge benefits for them, even though it's like sometimes can necessarily be a bad thing.
Yeah, well, if they get sued for millions of dollars, it'd be a bad thing.
Yeah, I'm very curious to see how that's going to pan out actually.
I feel like they could afford it
because like businesses have been doing this for ages though. Like you think like I don't know if anyone like the audience remembers the old Energizer ads with the Duracell bunny like always coming like second to it and stuff. Do you remember that? Come on.
Oh,
the
yes,
bunnies on
yes.
the back. Yes, dude.
Was that competing?
The battery, yeah.
Wait, were they competing brands?
Yeah, they had brand names.
I actually do remember them ads.
Yeah.
Oh.
It all makes sense.
Yeah,
Henry, pull them ads up or a photo of them ads. That is classic.
They are, no,
I mean, Mr. T. Sorry. Yeah, that's actually funny as.
What is it like? Have you been to Bali? Yeah, you've been to Bali, haven't you? They've got like JFC over there.
Yep.
It's like,
instead of KFC.
Yeah, it's like the guy's name, fried chicken. It's like, that's what it's great.
Did you try it down there?
Hey,
Did
yeah,
you try it?
No, it was good.
What, rip off? Like one for one?
Oh, nowhere near. The menu is tiny, way, not even in comparison.
Yeah.
Not even in comparison.
I think they just probably did it for the name, branding colours, and
It's cheap. That's why I think they've done it as well, because like it's probably one of the, I don't know about affordable necessarily, but like one of the more affordable takeaways over there, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. I find it crazy how many. So I'm on like a page right now, and it amazes me how many businesses open up literally trying to straight rip off big brands. For the viewers, I'm gonna have a few be shown up. So we all know Subway. It's a huge brand worldwide.
Yeah.
These guys have done Freshway, and it's literally the exact same color branding. The title looks the exact same. I don't know what they were thinking. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy.
I was even watching like a video today, and it was like Conor McGregor, and he was like his proper 12. You know how he's got the proper 12 Irish whiskey. Yeah. He was like posted like a thing. It was like I think it was a fan art. I could be wrong. And it was like his bottle of whiskey. But it was like punching on with like all other brands of whiskies, like Jack Daniels and stuff like that. But instead of writing Jack Daniels on it, they wrote the names of opponents he's fought.
That's genius.
So that's why that's like just changing it that slight bit. But because obviously it doesn't say it, but like it had like, for instance, for Jack Daniels, it had like the black logo and like exactly, you know what I mean? Like, and then they had the Jameson bottle and no, God.
It's pretty crazy how many things do that, because I play a game. Escape from Tarkov, and it is literally, they have food products in there, and we all know a Snickers, literally the exact same branding, literally looks the exact same. It's called a Slickers. Is that the funniest thing?
Big brain plays on that.
You've ever heard?
No, have you seen what they did on the movies? When they have like the Apple computers and they put the pear on them?
Oh, yes. That's actually gold that they do that. That's so funny.
Yeah, good.
You'd think that like brands would like really like, they would want that, you know, kind of coverage, because essentially it's free marketing.
In a sense, yeah. I don't know.
If they're doing it ill mind and stealing something, like profiting themselves.
If they had a bad product though, and it's under your sort of branding though, it could reflect badly as well.
Yeah, that's actually exactly why they don't do it. That is exactly why. This one here is a Nando's ripoff, so it's called Fernando's.
I love that.
Peri under it.
Is it peri as well?
Yeah.
Oh,
literally looks the exact same, but just with Fernando's. That's so good.
That's
so
so
good.
genius.
That's where all the cheeky Nando's came from.
Cheeky Fernando's.
Cheeky Fernando's.
That is cheeky.
We get a cheeky Nando's.
That is cheeky. That's actually funny. Does anyone else have any funny branding stories? Because
That's me.
that's you. Well, that leads us into the next segment, and I've kind of been thinking about this a lot, and I feel like you do at this age a lot. So we want to talk a little bit about nostalgia, and I don't know about you guys, but like I feel like once you hit like 20, you kind of you don't really focus on that much of like stuff that was around when you were a kid, but when you're like 20 and you've grown up, you start like remembering all that stuff.
Yeah, you get
And you
time
get-
to reflect.
Yeah, and you really get that feeling. So I looked up the actual meaning of nostalgia, and it says a sentimental longing or wistful affection for a period in the past. So it's weird because that can like, it's either like a period in the past, or I feel like it can be like latched onto a certain event. Or,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or
Like you hear a certain song and it brings back a certain memory.
Right. Yeah.
Smell, sounds.
literally,
Yeah.
or even like an object. You know what I mean? Like I was seeing this photo that popped up on Facebook, which is like one of them old memory things, and it's just like a list of photos of old stuff.
Yeah.
And it was like, can you guys ever remember McDonald's releasing the toys where it was like Sonic the Hedgehog and
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Olympics toy. Yeah,
Yes.
that was that good.
Oh, that was so good. It's pretty crazy. I just think, yeah, it's crazy how like you think about all this stuff. And for example, like I'm nostalgic. It's weird because you can be nostalgic about things that you've never been around. So I'm nostalgic about like the 80s and all that kind of stuff, but I've never even experienced it, so I don't even know why.
Like you just like walk into the Shamrock and then feel like, nah.
Yeah. I've visited a lot of old buildings, all right? On my spare time.
Well, yeah, it's everywhere, isn't it? Like the 80s, the sound and everything. It's how it's reverting back to fashion as well now. Like it's everywhere.
It's weird how like history kind of has like a repeating like kind of thing. Like things go out of fashion and style and then they'll repeat. For example, right now, mullets are just hugely back in.
Cameras, the Polaroid cameras.
Yeah, Polaroids are huge. Everyone's got a
Corduroy
Polaroid.
jackets, jean jackets, is all 80s inspired things.
That's very.
It's come
I
back.
was talking to Mum the other day, and she was like, "We're watching something, Stranger Things on TV, and that's based in like the '80s." And I was like, "Do you ever wear all that stuff?" Oh yeah, because like they had all the big curly hair and stuff. And I was like, "Did that take you like a shit ton of time to do your hair back then?" And she's like, "Yeah, bloody oath." I was like, "Gee." And I was like, "Did you used to wear like all the denim jackets and stuff?" And she's like, "Yeah, you have no idea how much that was in back then."
But you know what cracks me up though is like all the old blokes now still go, mate, tight jeans, oh, and they just like, it's like, mate, you were wearing them too, like just like
Most
just
of the
give
rock
us-
stars were wearing girls' clothes.
Yeah,
anyway.
literally, like,
Motley
lit-
Crue, Kiss, all them. It's all
Yeah, no.
That's all. I don't get.
Yeah, it's weird the different perspectives and stuff. I guess you'd think that they probably like froth that stuff's coming back though. Do you reckon? Like the mullets and stuff. Like Dad's probably like, yes.
I don't know.
Do you reckon?
Don't know, because like they all seem like to be pretty ashamed. Every person that I know that's had a mullet back in the day, no, don't get it out.
Oh really?
Don't get it out. Like don't get the pics out.
Yeah, true. Keely's dad had a mullet actually, and it was brought up the other day, and he's like, yeah.
Doesn't
Yeah,
want to talk about it.
Yeah. Just like changes the subject straight away.
I reckon like in the future, people will be looking back now. Well, I think, but like hopefully be thinking like, yes, that was a sick hairdo. But there's also more photo evidence and stuff, like because you got like more photos and stuff now to actually reflect on this time and stuff.
Yeah.
So what are we going to be nostalgic about in the future?
That's actually so true. I think a huge part of nostalgia is the fact that we didn't experience it, and there's so little photos and stuff. Like I've seen like 2 or 3 photos of my mum when she was young. Same with Dad. I've seen like 2 photos. Like they just have no photos when they were kids, and like it sucks because I like want to know like their fashion, what they look like how they like look themselves. But yeah, like you said, there's a photo. People take photos every day. You know what I mean? Like 10 photos a day. So is that gonna lose the effect of nostalgia? Do you reckon? Like take it away?
No, it'd just be more reflective stuff to look back on and be nostalgic about.
Easy, yeah. Like,
So you reckon it'll have like the better effect of almost?
Man, I'll be like, in the future, I'll be like nostalgic about like, you know, when Bangarang came out by Skrillex.
Yeah. Man, I'm still nostalgic about that.
The other day.
That's a vibe.
Pitbull and shit like
Oh,
that.
back in my day, they had good music, mate.
Look up Mr. Worldwide, it'll change your life.
Only man right Kodak with Kodak.
Oh, that's so good. Did you guys have any like things that you're specifically nostalgic about? I have like so much stuff, but
I think The Simpsons for me, like watching it as a kid growing up, like through the stages, and now I look back, I'm like, I remember that, and it's just like that instant joy.
That's actually so true. I used to go over to my dad's, and every single day at 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock, we would watch The Simpsons. Yeah. It was just like habit.
The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. Off the top of my head, I'm trying to think. Bloody climbing trees? No, never do that.
I'm nostalgic about climbing trees.
That's such a wrong thing to say.
Yeah. Shout out to Rowan. He'll be watching. Big fan. So Blake dropped the phone that is recording his audio. So we had to... Fair play, sir. Fair play.
I'm
so
sorry.
There's a little cut right there.
Not all of us are perfect.
You know what you should be? You should have a laptop. We should all have laptops. No, we shouldn't.
We do. Just not here.
Yeah.
Get your own laptop.
All right. Do you guys have any stories about nostalgic other than Blake climbing trees?
No, I was going to say, bloody, do you remember that bounce game on the old Nokias?
Oh, is that the ball?
Yes.
Yeah. What was the objective? I do remember it.
Bounce. You had to get somewhere. I can't even remember how to play it, to be honest with you.
Oh no, dude. Yes, bro. Oh my god. I remember like when my mum had like a Nokia and stuff, and I was like, Mum, I want a phone. She's like, you only want to play games. I was like, no, I don't. I have friends. I was like 6. Yeah, that's so good.
Classic.
Do you reckon like, surely like Nokia's like a rare thing and like go for like 200 grand on eBay?
I thought that'd be worth it. Indestructible.
Exactly.
I was going to say, don't the army buy them?
Armor, bro.
Duck and cover!
That's what they make what do you call it? Bulletproof vests out of. It's just Nokia phones like lined up.
I thought that's why they made them, for when you're laying in bed, you don't want to drop it on yourself.
Yeah.
Should be like a guillotine almost.
You know how there's like that thing where there's like a certain amount of percentage of people dying per year from like coconuts drop it on their head? Yeah. Mate, you should see the numbers from Nokia's dropping on their head.
More than COVID.
Yeah. Oh, that's classic. Well, I think that wraps it up for our nostalgia talk. That's pretty good. Oh, that's good. Memes. This brings us on to our next little talking point. This is actually kind of funny, but like kind of not at the same time. So we wanted to talk about currently Vladimir Putin, the president of Russia, is obviously up for election and stuff.
King of Russia.
Is he? Is he classed as the king of Russia?
No, but...
He
should be.
He pretty much... Yeah,
I guess so.
That is definitely true. He's a scary guy. And yeah, what's like funny that's come up in the news lately, but like not funny, is the bloke that was running against him in the election has been poisoned.
Got taken out Joffrey style.
Yeah. Yes.
Try and tell me he's not a king. Come on, this is Game of Thrones, bro.
Literally, he was at Putin's dinner and had a glass of wine. That was it. He's fucking frothing from the mouth. So
sounds like a bad episode of Neighbours.
Yeah. But no, it's pretty messed up because obviously everyone's saying that it's Putin is behind it because.
But how are you supposed to prove something like that?
Exactly. How do you prove
someone
it?
has so much power?
Exactly. Would you want to prove it? Because then they're probably going to get knocked off too.
No, you would. That's the whole point too. So it's like, yeah, it might be. Is it? No, it's not a democracy. It's a communism. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So it's a communist place. But I don't really understand how that sort of stuff works when he is so wealthy and powerful. So it's just like.
Yeah, that's actually leads me to the next point. So I looked into this poisoning thing and the thingy. And I think it was the year 2000. All right, there was a guy in Russia who kind of spoke out about the Russian government. Actually, it might have been 2006. And he said bad things about him. He said they were corrupt, all this bad stuff. And then he fled Russia. I believe this was in 2006. And he went to the UK for like safe haven and but he kept in his ways about speaking out about Russia. He never gave up about his opinions and stuff. And 6 years after he fled, he was assassinated. He was literally assassinated, and he was assassinated by poison.
It was like a Russian poison agent too, wasn't it?
Yeah, so it was like 3 Russians, and there was key suspects, but no one was actually ever charged for it. So they literally got away.
That's because the police were probably like investigating and go, do we even really want to find
this? Yeah. Oh, this is way bigger than me.
Let this one slide.
Yeah. They probably knew who the guy was. They probably like literally had him locked up and was like, is it worth it?
Do we want to drink poison?
Kind of want to go home. Kind of want to leave. But yeah, it's pretty messed up, and it's crazy to think that if it actually was Putin behind it, like it's pretty crazy to think of like how much power he actually has, or like how much fear.
Well, there's speculation I say, that he may or may not be
I'm just
one of the
say,
richest people, like the richest person in the world. But speculation. But no one can tell. Like,
I'm just going to say he's innocent because he's got connections, man. I'm pretty far away, but I don't want to be caught up in that shit.
Yeah, Putin's a big fan. He's going to be watching this podcast. Putin, we love you. We're not saying anything, all right?
I'm only saying what Jay told me to say.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's pretty crazy how like something like that's kind of stuff that happens in movies. You know what I mean? Like,
where'd they get the ideas from?
Like assassinations and all that crazy stuff. Like, I actually personally don't really know much about Putin.
Well, he survived something like 5 assassination attempts as well himself, like on himself, but he keeps them pretty under wraps.
Does he?
Because I think he would. Because I don't even know why. Maybe just so other people don't get like similar ideas. I don't even know.
But you wouldn't brag about it, would you?
You think you would, because you'd be like, bro, 5 times.
He's not a bragger though. He's not a bragging type.
Yeah, he's like so like calm. Every now and then you'll hear something, you're like, ooh, that's kind of scary.
He's very meticulous. He's very like, he's to a T. Like just, he's smart. You know that.
I'm glad he's on our side, isn't he? Like he's like with America right now. Is that right? I know their relationship's a bit. Like 1 week they're mates. It's kind of, Donald Trump puts a tweet out.
It's funny because they're literally opposites, aren't they? Like Vlad's like this calm, just like this, just straight arrow. Seems like he's gonna like kill you, and then
I reckon I was speaking to him.
True, but just a bit like looser, louder, talks too much.
I was saying to someone today, I think it was literally today, that like he's the kind of guy where like he'd be like, hey man, I just want to have like a chat in the office and stuff. And be like, yeah, sweet, what's up? And then he like kills you. Like just like, you know what I mean? Like you wouldn't have no signs and he's just looking at you and he just like says something and you're like, yeah, I'm so dead.
He'd do it with a smile. Like,
yeah.
For safety, that's your opinion, not mine.
Let's get off this topic right now.
Double back.
Is it hot in here or?
Looks like I'm not going to Moscow anymore.
Yeah, all right, let's leave that. Let's leave that segment right now. The next thing we wanted to talk about, this was actually, I'm looking forward to this the most. This is I actually created a poll on Instagram for the loyal fans. You will know.
All 1 million of you.
Yeah, all 1 million. I know there's probably, like I got thousands of messages, but I had to siphon through the best ones. So I was really curious. We were originally going to do a segment just on like, our fears and stuff. And I was like, it'd be interesting to get the viewers' fears. So I created a poll and I was like, send in your weirdest fears that you find, funny and stuff like that. And we had some very interesting responses. But first, do any of you guys, like for example, I got a lot of fears. I feel like I've got a lot of like little fears and stuff. Like I'm like kind of petrified of like deep ocean.
Yeah.
It like scares the shit out of me.
That's not a bad one. Not weird though.
That's pretty normal. That's a normal
Yeah, I think my fears are pretty normal.
It's because we are not the apex predator then. We are in their territory.
You have the least control of like what happens. Yeah. I mean, if a lion comes at me, I've got a little bit of chance.
You reckon?
Maybe with a spear or some shit. I don't know.
Just like a rocket launcher maybe, but like that's about it.
Only.
Yeah. Yeah. What are you guys' fears?
Well, it's not quite deep ocean, but balloons. It's such a weird one. To this day, I've still not been able to blow a balloon up. I can't do it the material.
So if it came, he'd be like, oh! Yeah. And then he'd be like, oh, the balloon's gone.
Oh, it's just a clown.
I don't like being touched with them. I think the feel of them is so weird. I just can't stand
Like
it.
uncomfortable texture and stuff.
I've never been able to pop one, ever. I remember in grade 3, they're like, okay, we've got to blow a balloon and pop it up competition, do it first. I cried. I ran away and cried. It's the only time I did that in school, and I was just so,
I used to get scared of like when I sat on them and they used to pop on me. That was a bit.
Really?
Yeah, when I was little. Because it would scare me.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? You sit on it. Because you know you get them real thick ones that don't pop? Yeah, and then they do, and you're like, whoa, Jesus.
You're like standing on them, you're squeezing them to like, it's like, what the fuck?
not happening.
And it blows up. Face gets melted off.
Just like the feel of them is so strange. I can't get over it. Like, even thinking about it now, I'm like sweating. Like it's...
My brother used to like rub it on my head and like it would just stick to my head. You know that?
Yeah, true. Mine's probably not a weird one, but like, because I do a lot of electrical work at a chicken place, probably won't get into it, but I am deeply frightened of roosters, and I only say it because when they're in packs, alright, they're fucking some dangerous creatures, mate.
They're vicious.
They're vicious, and because where I work, they're a bit bigger than the old rooster. I'm not saying nothing, but they're a bit bigger than the usual ones, and they are, that's prison rules in there, mate. They smell fear. They even tell you, no shit, they tell you, don't be afraid or they'll attack you. That's not even a joke, mate. That's serious. Like, they can smell it.
No, that's actually, my brother works at a pig farm and he said the exact same thing.
Do you just square up, just like, come on?
I actually do. I just start.
Hey, you want some?
I'd like drill into my head. Come on, touch me, come on, touch me. Like, as I'm like, walking.
Do something!
You what? Get off me, dog!
No, but what they do is, because they like peck the ground around you and like stalk you, like act like they're just chilling. It's like, you're not eating off the ground. What are you eating? Just peck. What are you eating?
I don't know why you're here.
As soon as you turn around to start working on something, wow, it just like jumps and hits you.
Achilles tendon, like weak pot.
Do you know, like, if there's one that's injured in like a rooster pen, they have to just basically and take it out because it's worse. No, because if it's injured, if it has like a sore, all the other roosters will pick on it and kill it.
Jesus.
Thin the weaklings.
Yeah, they are hectic.
Yeah, that's full on. That's crazy.
Pecking order for sure.
Especially for creatures that, you know, couldn't do F all, mate. You know what I mean? Like, put a chick out in the wild, mate. What can a rooster beat?
A smaller rooster. Maybe. But, okay, now, wanted to talk about what everyone else has said in. So, a few of them were kind of like everyday fears. For example, needles. I'm actually not that scared of needles. Like, I don't like them, but I'll get them. You know what I mean? Some people are like, you know, them kids in school that like just screamed at the flu shots and stuff.
Oh, as soon as they'd see them, they'd just like go white almost.
Yeah. It's like half a second of pain, then you're alright. Slap it off and you're out.
It's honestly not that bad.
Yeah. My workmate today actually said xanthophobia. It's a fear of the colour yellow. Yeah. He just doesn't trust it, apparently.
That is not a thing.
Apparently it is. Also, another bloke at work, because I was going around my workplace and I was like, what is everyone's fears? I need some good content here. And he didn't know what it was for, but he's like, oh yeah, I've got a fear of like my search history.
We all do.
Yeah, that's what I said to him. I was like, dude, that is actually straight fact. And that is a straight fact. I didn't say I was going to shout him out, but nah, better. No, but that is, yeah. So that's porn for people that didn't get that one. Yeah, that is a fear that many of us have. I do think that. This one's actually the stuff of nightmares. Do you guys know what triphobia is? Triphobia is that phobia, you see them photos and it's like holes in people's faces.
Yeah, no, that's gross. No, I don't like that.
Because I was like, he sent it and he just sent that and I was like, oh, what's this? Searched it and I was like,
like
oh.
The hives. That's what they...
Yes.
Like,
oh, God.
Oh, yeah, no.
It makes me uncomfortable. Have you never seen it?
No, never. Sounds unreal.
It's like they hate hives and stuff like that too. Like just things with like holes and like heaps of hives.
Oh, yeah.
Honeycombs. Someone said falling up the stairs. Bloody terrifies me. Falling up the
I
stairs.
feel like down's the problem.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, fair enough.
Someone said using a torch in the dark.
I just want to fucking use my fucking animal instincts. I don't want... No. Turn that off.
This one's actually a classic and I had to delve deeper into this one. So someone said tomato sauce. And I was very curious.
For what reason?
Exactly. So I was like, can I have some context behind this tomato sauce story? And she said she's never even tried it. She said she don't know if she was traumatized as a child or if it's a genuine fear. But she said she used to work at a pizza joint and she genuinely couldn't actually even touch the bottle. She said, talking about it right now is making my heart race. And she's like, I'm thinking about just being covered in it and it makes me so uncomfortable. Is that so strange? I didn't know that was, like, I love some dead horse, man.
Does she like barbecue sauce though?
I should have asked her, but that's so true because I don't know.
Like, is it just sauce or is it just tomato sauce?
She just said tomato sauce. I think it's...
I don't want to be that guy, but barbecue sauce is 80% tomato sauce.
You're that guy.
Maybe because it's red.
What, did a bowl of tomato sauce hurt her family or something? Like, how can you...
She also gave me another one, which I think is funny because it was her friend. She said her friend has a fear of The Simpsons. The Simpsons TV show.
It goes back to that yellow thing, doesn't it?
No, I was like, yeah, that could have, but no. Yeah. That's actually, I was like, what? Can you please explain? And she said, she had a nightmare that they drowned her family.
And that's just done it.
And she said she's been petrified of them ever since. Is that the weirdest thing ever? I couldn't believe it. I was like, that is so...
Which one in particular? Like who?
Definitely. No, it's just... I think it's just... Yeah, it's probably got to be Homer. Yeah,
I reckon Margie's the scary one.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Don't trust Bloody like that.
What else did we have? We had lobsters. They're kind of freaky. Have you ever felt a lobster? They're just like shell.
I don't see one and go fucking whoa.
Well, in Bendigo especially.
I'll tell you what though, to be honest, if I see one near my foot in the water, I probably would do that.
Dude, I would fucking leg it, man. Dude, they would go through your foot. They're like pure sharpness. They're spiky.
I see like a bit of seaweed sometimes and go, oh,
what is that?
and that's just in the Murray. It's not even the ocean.
Another dude said thunder and storms in general, which kind of sucks because I love thunder and storms.
Yeah, same actually. I rate them.
Yeah, it's a bit of a common one though, isn't it? A lot of people have that sort of stuff.
I thought it was only for dogs.
Yeah, so one of our friends, Seb, shout out to Seb, he's a big fan too. Genuphobia. So you guys know what genuphobia is?
No, what's that?
So it's a fear of knees. It's a fear of knees, your own knees or someone else's knees, or it's the fear of kneeling.
Who has that? He has not got that. No, that's...
Actually, yeah, I do believe it. Actually,
I reckon he's just Googled the weirdest thing.
That's pure fucking rubbish, man.
No, 100%. Grab his knees. It actually is true. Yeah. It is true.
Well, have you touched his knees and stuff?
Because he gets all weird about it. Yeah, he is pretty bad.
Oh, do you reckon he actually does?
No, he does. Yeah.
That's so
I'm
funny.
pretty sure, unless he's actually streaming along, like the biggest prank of all time. But 100% think he's being honest.
Yeah, it's definitely a CrossFit thing. And then the last one I wanted to go into, which is actually classic, I reckon. So slugs and snails. So this was another one that I had to delve a little deeper into. Let me just...
Slugs and snails.
So I replied to him and I was like, I understand I got over that or something by eating them and they just taste bad. Oh no, I just said, turns out they just taste bad. That's why. Yeah.
You've been in France or something?
What? So he's like, because I thought he meant eating them. Eating them was a fear. Because, you know, like people are like, oh, I don't want to eat snails. Yeah. It's kind of like a normal thing to be grossed out about.
I'll probably try it.
Yeah, I tried it. They taste like shit. And I was like, turns out they just taste bad. And he's like, ha, I'm not afraid of eating them. I'm afraid of alive ones. I was like, can you please explain? He's like, I have actual nightmares. He's like, I have fears that they'll crawl into my eyes and mouth.
It's the slowest thing too, like so easy to get away from.
And I was like...
I've been watching way too many Harry Potters.
And I was like, literally, yeah, that's... and I was like, I'm actually... Yeah. I was like, I'm actually laughing, man. I was like, man, that's messed up. He's like, if I see them outside, I'll actually scream and run. I was like, that is gold. And he's like, I basically won't go outside when it's wet because I know they'll be there. And if I see their shiny trails on the ground, I'll walk away.
Shit, this has impacted him.
I was like, mate, that funny? He's like, yeah, everyone gets a good laugh out of it, and I know it's stupid, but put me in front of a snail and I'm out of here. Is that the best thing you ever heard?
Imagine him trying to conquer that fear. Just to snail him a room.
How would you overcome that? Yeah, put him in an empty room with one snail. Actually, like, on the wall, just like... And make it aim at him, so it's like an hour to get a meter to him. It's like... Oh, that would mess you up. Something chronic. That's so funny, but that's about all of the good ones. Someone at work said they have a fear of midgets. Which is...
Don't trust something you can't see.
Oh, that's actually good. But I think that's about it. Have you guys like heard of any other funny fears that you've heard of?
I don't know. Every time I hear like fears like that, I'm just like,
Yeah.
Yeah, is that a thing? You know what I mean? That's why I was so curious and I wanted everyone's things because like I would never have ever thought people could be scared of snails. Like they're such little...
in like a way, like, cause I don't really understand it, because in a sense, your body, I know like we live in a new world and shit, but like your body is evolved to be afraid of like fight or flight. Like that's what happens when you're scared. You go into flight or flight mode. So I don't really understand how like you can go into it from, so like things that I've personally been scared of is like dark, heights, like just like random stuff like over the years, but like...
Your classic things, like I think the main fears that I have are things that are out of my control.
Yeah.
So I'm like kind of scared of heights, but like I did skydiving. Yeah. And my scariest part of that was the getting to altitude in the plane. Yeah. And looking out the window and being like, holy shit, I'm high. But like as soon as I was like flying out, I was fine.
That's so cool though, because my younger sister was like, yeah, I'll go first. And I'm like,
dude, I had that cool because like Keely, it was her idea and she was like, yeah, let's do it. And I was like, yeah. I'm down. I was gonna ask you. We're in the plane and she's like, "You're alright?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm good." And I'm sweating. Yeah. I'm good.
I feel like you can't even make a sound when you're like first just coming out. I feel like you're just absolutely swallowing your guts when you first like make that initial.
Yeah. Dude, they push you out that quick that you don't even get a second to actually think to be scared. Like they like slide you out. They're like, ready? It's like, yeah. Because it's weird how they put you. It's so uncomfortable. I don't know how they positioned you.
You're hanging off and the person's sitting on the plane. You're not even on the plane. You're hanging.
And it's such an uncomfortable position that you have to sit in. So you have to like put your head like all the way back like this and like your legs like down. So you're like a weird arch thing and you can't even see down. True. And then feedback, my dude was like super cool though. He's like, do you want to do a reversal out? And I was like, yes.
Did you feel like you had any control though when you did it, or no control at all?
Not really. The dude was like, had a GoPro on my face the whole time. So I was like, had to just be cool. Yeah, just literally. I was like, shackers.
I'm loving this. This
is the best time of my life.
Well, I'm spewing though because I'm kind of happy at the same time. But like everyone else was like, "Yeah, man, did you get to fly it yourself and shit?" I'm like, "Yeah,
dude." The other guy took off, man. I was just by myself.
Bro, I didn't even do tandem, bro.
Yeah, dude, I free fell the whole thing. Oh, that's good. Overcoming fears. It's an amazing thing, man. I'd recommend getting some snails as pets. Start small. You'll get over it, man. But I think that just about wraps things up for the episode 3 of the podcast. Yeah? Yeah. We all happy with that?
We almost went through one without cutting too much.
Yeah, it was an amazing experience. Thank you, everyone, again. I know we've got such a big following and it's hard to keep track with all the messages and fan base, but we'll really try our best. We'll see you on episode 4 and we love you.
Take care.
Yeah.
Bye.